My name is Effie Solnicholas and I've been part of the EQ cafes for some time now that have been held quite regularly here in Flinders Street. As part of the journey of being involved in the EQ cafes, they have been quite invaluable in the sense that I have had an opportunity to think about the kind of processes and systems that are happening at work and how I can add value to those. It's been quite an interesting journey for me in a quite a senior leadership role and setting up a whole team. Systems and processes was the way that I was driving a lot of the business forward. EQ cafes have made an impact in my life, my professional life, because they've shown me that systems and processes alone just don't work. It's about understanding the emotional intelligence of people and people pathways that make all the difference in the way that you set up those systems and processes. So in particular, the workshops that I'd like to maybe focus in on more closely are the workshops around resilience and trust, and the ability to understand how both of those impact with each other, and how you need to use those in order that you develop a business model that is successful moving forward. In this time of change, constant change, technology change, fast pace, it's quite easy to get stuck and bogged into where things aren't working and not really have the muscle that you need, the resilience that you need to maintain and keep things going. It's made a huge impact. It's changed the way that I think about things and has really given me a sense of focus. It's given me a sense of compass. Within that and within that whole scope, I guess, in understanding that there is a direction of purpose and knowing what the direction of purpose is. And yeah, you can lead people, but it doesn't necessarily mean people are coming with you. By equipping yourself with the emotional intelligent mechanisms and the strengths of that, you really do change and revolutionise a community, let alone an organisation. I've also been able to use that with my family and my children. I know I have teenage children and children in their 20s, and they are constantly going through change, personal changes, and I've been able to use the intelligence, the emotional intelligence tools to help them navigate their emotions through life. And that has been extraordinary for them, a realisation of how to stay grounded, how to keep focused, how to push through the tough times, because by understanding that focus and that sense of purpose, they can navigate how to manage their emotions through that. So it's interesting how it's impacted in my life, both my professional and my personal life. And I've got to the point where I've become an EQ assessor because I just believe in it so strongly. But I come back to that point of EQ cafes because I know that I need that fix, or I need that moment to be able to connect with what it is that emotional intelligence gives you. But I guess overarchingly, and just as a final note, I think it's also Angela and Angela's ability to motivate, Angela's ability to excite, and Angela's ability to take you on that journey of understanding. Not everyone can describe and allow people to understand the depths and breadth of a concept or a revolution as such, an intellectual revolution. And this is what this is. And she touches people on so many levels and takes you on that journey on an individual level, regardless of whether there's 5 people in a room or 100 people in a room. And that is just so empowering. And that's why I choose to come back. So it's an absolute a credit to her and her ability to move people the way that she does.